As a business owner, you are an expert in your field and likely passionate about what you do. Your success so far is probably down to that passion coming through when you talk to your customers. But in order to sustain that success or get your business back on track if you're struggling, you also need to become a great salesperson, which can sometimes feel a bit daunting. We like to keep things simple for business owners here at One Zebra. So here are our top 5 tactics to help business owners close more sales. Number 1, ask more questions that establish exactly what your customer wants as it relates to your product. Don't allow your preconceived ideas or assumptions to stop you after just a few questions. Dig deeper to establish the root of your customer needs. It's tempting to then go straight into pitch mode before really establishing what the person in front of you actually wants. But this makes it far harder to tie your value proposition back to the customer's needs later on. But when you have clarity on what matters most to the customer, you can position your product or service as the route for them to get what they want. Number 2, identify what's getting in the way of your customer's success and what frustrations this is causing them, or any other decision makers that may be involved in that process. Whether you're B2B or B2C, you are selling to a human being, and human beings get frustrated, worried, anxious, annoyed. They have hopes, fears, and dreams. And it's at this level that you need to connect. Number 3, identify how your contact will be perceived by their colleagues or other stakeholders if they successfully engage with your product or service. If you are clear on where your main contact sits in the organization and who they need to impress or avoid disappointing, it will help you positioning and differentiating your product or service. Number 4, get clear on what the risk and consequences are of not engaging with your company and how your contact will be perceived if they don't engage. Now, a word of caution here. Play this small. Don't be a fearmonger. Keep it factual and respectful. This is about calling your customer to action and helping them avoid the consequences of inaction. And remember, if there's nothing at stake, why would I buy your product or service? It's likely that there are common stakes for many of your customers, but you still need to establish and validate them in those sales conversations. When it comes to discussions around price, this is a particularly useful time to remind your customer what's at stake. After all, you're there to help them succeed, and it's important to remind them of the value and ultimate success that they can achieve by engaging with your brand. Number 5, lose the fear of asking dumb questions or saying something that your client might not want to hear. It's at this stage that you can lose or gain the respect and trust of your customer. Leaving questions unasked or not telling your clients the truth is only going to come back to bite you later. Ask more open questions, be curious, and don't be afraid of speaking up with clients. Be direct. Tell your client the truth, even if it's not what you think that they want to hear. Best of luck closing those deals. And if you ever need help getting your sales narrative or pitch decks right, send me an email on matt@onezebra.com and we'll be happy to help.